of the great doctrines of the New Testament is the doctrine of adoption, spiritual adoption. Those of us who have come to Christ have been adopted into the family of God. You know, in the ancient world, adoption was a very noble exercise. In fact, if you said you were an adopted child, you might have more status than a born child. You know, in the matter of birth, you sort of get what shows up. But in the matter of adoption, in the ancient world, you selected a child. And that child bore all the honor of having been chosen to be a true son in the family. That's the spiritual side that the Apostle Paul talks about when he talks about us being adopted by God, chosen by Him. Chosen, in a sense, out of the slave market of sin to be adopted. For Christians, adoption has always had a very special significance. And I think just moving to the natural, adoption of children is a wonderful, wonderful thing for Christians to do. I would just encourage you to dig deeply into this website, become familiar with the opportunity, the privilege, the spiritual ministry that can be yours through adoption. If you just take it to the bottom line, you're taking a soul and giving that soul, that boy, that girl, an opportunity to be raised in the nurture and admonition of the Lord. You need to look into that. It's a great, great ministry and a great opportunity. One of the early joys that I had when I was pastor at Grace Church in a world that was a little less technical was to be the intermediary in adoptions. I mean, it was this simple. Somebody said they wanted to give up a baby for adoption. I don't even remember if we had a lawyer. In fact, I know we didn't have a lawyer. There was nothing quite that technical. There was a document that the hospital had the person sign. I actually went to the hospital and picked up babies and delivered them to the new parents. I remember doing that to one of our staff members at the church who went away with this wonderful, wonderful new baby. And from the earliest years of my ministry at Grace, that was a part of our ministry. It was an emphasis in our ministry. And even though it's more technical now and more expensive in some ways now, it's still a very wonderful opportunity. And you need to pray and consider what the Lord might have you do in this great opportunity to rescue some children and to bring them up in the things of Christ.